What is going on, Future Focus family? My name is George, and I make videos to help you make money investing. Every day we go live. This is Midday Money. Thank you for joining us. Matt ain't with us today. He's working on a big project, but he's over here watching live. He's still supporting. I appreciate you, Matt. Today we're going to talk about some stuff going on in the crypto space. It's also kind of intertwined with the stock market because you know how Reddit has taken over a few stocks. One of those is AMC. And today, some news was announced that kind of merges both worlds. And I want to know what everybody's thoughts are on that. So I'm going to share my screen real quick, and we can start looking at these news reports. Start getting people's thoughts on these. All right. So this report right here is from Yahoo Finance, and AMC will accept cryptos other than Bitcoin. These digital currencies are rising. So, AMC, the movie theater chain and favorite among individual investors, previously announced it would accept Bitcoin for ticket and concession payments. So, we'll continue reading. Um, Movie theater chain AMC Entertainment Holdings will broaden its crypto horizons beyond Bitcoin, moving to accept three other types of digital tokens for an online ticket and concession payments by the end of the year. So that means you could buy popcorn and other things. So now these are not the first. This is not the first establishment to do that. As we all know, the Dallas Mavericks owner made it so you can accept Dogecoin. You can pay with Dogecoin at the Mavericks arena. So, you know, that's been working for them over there. AMC CEO Adam Aaron confirmed the decision in a post on Twitter addressed to cryptocurrency enthusiasts late Wednesday, saying that Ethereum, Litecoin, and Bitcoin Cash, a derivative of the leading crypto, would be accepted in addition to Bitcoin. So that's some news right there. I'd like to see what the world feels about that one. We'll go deeper into the story, and the AMC ticker was down 0.8% in the pre-market trading today. The price of Ethereum was up more than 6% over the past 24 hours, but it has more to do with this news. We'll get into a little bit about that. Um, the price is above $3,630, with Litecoin lifting 3.8% to $190. Bitcoin and Bitcoin Cash appeared little moved by the news, with the former up slightly to near 47,800 and the latter down 0.5 to below 641. Aaron had previously announced that AMC would be again accepting Bitcoins for payments by the end of the year 2021. Payment groups PayPal and Square gave their users the ability to buy and sell Bitcoin last year, as well as a cryptocurrency for transactions. PayPal allows users to do the same with Ethereum, Litecoin, and Bitcoin Cash. And electric vehicle maker Tesla moved to accept Bitcoin for payments earlier this year before CEO Elon Musk walked back the decisions. And he didn't really walk it back. So he didn't say, a lot of people thought that he ended up selling his position, but that was false. That was not true. That was a misunderstanding there. They did not sell their Bitcoin. So we got some comments here. Matt, he's got his little emojis going on right now. He's not feeling this workload he's got going on. Working with people that don't know how to do the project the right way. And electric vehicle, so we knew that. AMC's move to accept more digital tokens, which has a strong following from people with a similar gung-ho attitude to Wall Street bets, will likely be cheered by AMC's loyal retail investors following as much as by the crypto world. Just imagine if AMC also accepted Dogecoin. That would kind of put all these things intertwined all together. So, Matt, I know you're trying to join us on the chat. So, like, just type real quick and I'll share. What are your thoughts on AMC accepting these coins? And we'll get back to Matt's comment in a second. So, another story that broke as well, that we kind of covered this 2 weeks ago during our live stream, and this was towards the EIP 115, the 1559 that Ethereum has implemented, which is burning and causing a deflationary concept to Ether. 1 billion of Ether has now been burned since inception of EIP 1559 upgrade. More than 1 billion worth of Ethereum has now been burned since the inception, according to data from ETH Burned and Ultrasound Money. Ethereum is being burned at an incredible rate following the EIP tag 1559 upgrade, which again made it deflationary. The data shows that close to 298,000 ETH has now been burned, which totals more than $1 billion at its current price of $3,412. And there you see the number on total burned. And we'll look at it at another area as well. The London hard fork had subsequent network upgrade of EIP 1559 introduced fee burning to transactions, which removes ETH based fees for transactions made on Ethereum. The base fees are the minimum required for a transaction to be included on the Ethereum block. The London hard fork following upgrades are part of Ethereum's transition to a proof of stake network, which would eliminate Ethereum mining. So they're going again from proof of work, they are transitioning to proof of stake, Ethereum mining, and make the asset more sustainable for future growth. It's expected that the transition, often referred to as the merge or ETH 2.0, will drastically reduce gas fees for the blockchain. So we'll move over here to the side at a website. It's called watchtheburn.com, and it constantly updates and it shows how much ETH has been burned. So you can see right here 304,952 all-time ETH have been burned, equaling $1,096,000,000, so on. And you can see the gas fees on here on the right hand side, the base fee and the priority fee. You can see what it's been doing. And the idea is that as more get burned, the gas fees will subsequently drop as well as the volume reduces. So that's just something to think about there. The base fee right now is 103, priority fee 4. The current price of Ethereum as of right now is 3,597. But as I said that, it probably went down or up an extra $100. Another thing to look at is the amount of ETH in supply. This right here is from Y Charts, which is a great asset to have in your toolbox as well. So Ethereum, their supply is 117.49 million ETH. That's how many Ethereum are in circulation. That's also known as a float. This, in turn, with the price, makes up the total market cap. The historical data here, it lets you know each and every single day what the total value was, what the total amount were in circulation. So on July 28th, there was 116 million. So in a span of a few months, you haven't really moved the marker that much on the amount. And with this percentage that is being burned every single day, it'll help not make the amount in circulation rise. It's kind of like a company doing buybacks. So let me check back in with Matt, see if he wrote anything. Shaking my head. We've got too much power to a bankrupt company. We give too much power to a bankrupt company. That's true. They haven't really filed for Chapter 11 yet, but they are in that span where they still have to make these payments. They have to make rent payments every single day. So that's something to keep in mind there too. So we'll go back. Another thing.
I see you got me on. I see you actually got me on the channel, man. I could drop a little 2 cents real quick.
Yeah,
Two
go
cents.
ahead. Hold on. You're not in it, but give me a second. Oh, you are? Oh, go ahead. Talk.
Yeah. I noticed that. I'm seeing a lot of moves by Ethereum, man. But Gary says he has a little hit list. So I'm dying to see who's on it and who's off it.
Gary who? Which Gary?
The Gary of the SEC, Gary Gensler.
Gary Gensler, yeah, but another thing that Gary Gensler said was that he's on the side of Wall Street bets. Did you see that?
I see that, but I honestly, man, I don't trust these guys. Honestly, it's I just don't. That doesn't make me sleep. That doesn't make me sleep well.
Yeah.
I think
Well,
ultimately they're gonna do what's best for them.
true. But I don't know. I think
So,
I
so
like
you
Gary Gensler.
so you see how I'm a
I'm a
skeptic,
fan.
right? And
Yeah.
I'm this negative old guy with the crampy history. But
Yeah,
meanwhile, you see what the Fed is doing. They making money off their own policies. You know
you're
what I
right.
mean? So the
Yeah.
reason I'm skeptical is money brings the strangest character out of people. So I have no beef with Gary. It's just honestly, it's really not his call. It's gonna come from higher than him.
Yeah, so he's referring to Gary Gensler, who is the head of the SEC, the Securities Exchange Commission. So that's for context there. I skipped it when I first started, so let me just get at it because the averages are all down right now. Not crucially, but the S&P 500 is down 0.66%. The Dow is down 0.61%. The NASDAQ is down 0.67%. The Russell following suit is down 0.65%. Crude oil is down 0.90%. We got gold equally down 2.11% with the averages. You have silver down 4.23%. So we should have waited a few days to buy our silver.
I'm about to
I
buy
might
some now.
buy, yeah, that's what I was thinking too. I might go buy some silver right now.
Why you
Um,
think it's down? Why you think the markets are down?
um, why they're all down together, I haven't understood that, man. I
Oh,
didn't understand in March why gold and silver were down with the rest of the stock market. I didn't understand that.
well,
I
well,
figured it would be I thought they were uncorrelated. So I thought they were uncorrelated. So when one went up, the other one went down. I thought there was a correlation there.
s-
What are your thoughts?
so you are well. I was talking about for today, for the entire market for today, but I'm gonna get to that in a second. Um, no, you're 100% right. But the problem is when you have commodities traded in like paper assets, right? Because the paper, there's a disconnect between the paper asset and the actual commodity itself. You're gonna get these responses. But I'm telling you right now, if gold or if the paper asset back gold on a 1-to-1 ratio, you want to see stuff like this. Fear and gold will respond the way it used to prior to ETFs. Fear in the market, gold would rise. Now it sinks. But don't worry, things always correct to fair value.
Yeah. So the 10-year bond is up. Uh, Actually, doing what it's supposed to. It's up 1.69%. You
Oh,
have you have the CMC index up 0.21%. So the crypto assets are actually doing the reverse of what the market is doing because Bitcoin
mm,
is up and the crypto index is up. So, you know, if you wanted to look at it from that aspect, the the bigger store of value today at least would have been the cryptocurrency market because gold is down 2% and crypto as a whole is up about 0.5%. Trending today, the trending tickers today are Palantir, which is up 4.36%. You have the metals company, which is up 18.80%. You have Dutch Bros, which is up 44.13. They just IPO'd and they went parabolic on their IPO. I'm not sure if you know what the Dutch Bros are,
yeah, coffee
but
company.
yeah, so they went parabolic off of that, and that was probably why Starbucks was down equally. Um, you have OPAD, which is up 17.27%. You have IronNet, which is up 14.53%. So while the indexes are down, you do have a lot of companies that are up. One that we're going to talk about here shortly is Lucid Motors. They are up 5.17%. You have
Mm.
DoorDash, which is up 5.59%. Now, you invested in Tesla back in like 2014, I believe, right?
Yeah, 13 to be
So
exact, but yes.
2013, he invested in Tesla, which is I bring that up because the next company we're going to talk about is Lucid Motors, and I want to see your take on this. Like, is this company that you think is investable? So let me see. Share the screen. All right, so we'll get rid of this Ethereum news, and then we'll open up.
I wanted to touch upon why the markets are down though,
Oh, go ahead,
real quickly.
please, please
So
enlighten us.
So my take, I could be wrong, but the reason I think the markets are down today, at least right now, is because of Evergrande. Evergrande is really, in my humble opinion, can potentially shake up the market. I don't.
Can for context, can you tell the viewers what Evergrande is? Like, what are you referring to?
So a couple shows ago, we brought up we mentioned Evergrande, and it was more so background noise, but they're a Chinese, more or less a Chinese real estate conglomerate, and they defaulted on their bonds. This is a major Chinese company, public Chinese company. I want to say they defaulted on $300 billion worth of bonds, and yesterday they had, I won't say riots, but protests in China. And the news commentator made sure to say that this almost never happens. So, and I know the Chinese officials had a very standoffish approach. Like, hey, you guys borrowed the money. If you fail, you fail. Stop coming. And it's funny. As a communist country, they practice more capitalist, capitalist. Uh, they have more capitalist structures than we do. No, you borrowed the money, you don't pay it back, you fail. But the problem is that Evergrande is so big, it could take down the Chinese stock market, and in turn, it can take down our stock market. So China doesn't want the next Lehman on their hands, so they rather step in. But I'm almost certain this is overspill from that.
And that's a great point. That's a great perspective right there. We did talk about that. Go back to our previous videos. We talk about China on this channel a lot. They're very big. Like what they do is very big into what the economy does as a whole, the worldwide economies. As you can see at the top there, uh, you see the averages are down across the board. But Lucid is the Tesla Ferrari of electric vehicles. Agree or disagree? I don't know. That's what Bank of
I,
America
I
says.
think I think it's a little cap. And I like Lucid. I like Lucid. I think if whether you're investing in Rivian or Lucid, I think that's a good look. But that is cap though. It ain't the damn Tesla.
No, no, no. It's not saying it's a Tesla. It's saying like
I'm
it's a
sorry. It's a
Ferrari.
yeah. That's what I meant. It's not the Ferrari or Tesla. That's more
Yeah.
Rimac. But
So as we talked about earlier, this got a it's up 5% in
that look like a Ferrari
today's.
too.
Nah, they're trying to say like it's because Tesla has openly stated, Elon Musk has openly stated that he's trying to be more of a Honda Civic than like a Mercedes Benz or something like that.
Right, but in all fairness, I would say they're more Mercedes, but I would say Rimac. I think they make the fastest electric cars in the world. To me, they're more Ferrari. I think the
Okay.
title is a little misplaced, but
So Lucid Group stock got a buy rating from Bank of America on Wednesday, said Lucid is the Tesla Ferrari of electric vehicles and is taking advantage of lessons learned by the other two luxury automakers. The analyst led by John Murphy praised Lucid's like I told you is up 5.22%. Management team, its competitive advantages such as its Formula E technology and its interesting attractive product. The Lucid Air Ultra luxury sedan. Although this does not mean complete avoidance of the obstacles many EV startups have endured from concept to commercialization, we assign much more credibility to Lucid's success in this endeavor. Lucid shares rose more than 4% on Wednesday, erasing some of their losses from earlier in the week. So Lucid is a super premium EV company, but competition is too great. So this is another bank, Morgan Stanley, with another take. And analyst Adam Jones slapped a buy rating on. He still slapped a buy rating on the competitor Lease Cycle. Lucid Group is a super premium electric vehicle maker that may be able to scale its production, but there's just too much competition to get excited about the stock. So, like, you're getting two perspectives. Um, And Israel-based Re Automotive, which makes an EV chassis called skateboards, got the equivalent of a sell rating from Jonas. So while one of the analysts in Bank of America put a buy rating, you had another analyst in another bank putting a sell rating. Lucid shares more than 5% that day on this news. The stock is still 90% higher compared with gains of around 19% for the S&P 500 index. So we'll go back to the first article. And I don't know, like, what do you think of this car? Bank of America analysts set a $30 price target on Lucid, which represents an upside of 52% over Wednesday's prices. So you got an upside there of 52% if this analyst is correct. But the analysts, you always got to take what they're talking about with a grain of salt. Um, what do you think, Matt? Is this do you said you liked it, but is this company a buy or not?
Um, I want to go into crazy, but I think so. I think Tesla needs a competitor. It will have a competitor. I know Ford dominated the market when it first came out, and then came Dodge, right? And Dodge stole a lot of market share. I want to say in the 30s and 40s. And then came GM. So I think this could very well do that. And I want to say they were out previously, if I'm not mistaken. I don't think this is a new company. I'm not sure if my wires are crossed, but one of these electric car companies were out, then they went bankrupt, and then they came back out again.
No, I don't think it was this one. I think I know which one you're talking about. It wasn't this one. There's another one that just came back out in the market when we were in Australia. Um,
Mm. But yeah, Faraday. Yeah, Faraday. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So it's Faraday. So oh, Karma, Fisker Karma, one of those.
yeah, it was Fisker. Fisker was the one I was
Okay.
thinking about.
Yeah, Fisker Karma. But I also sent you the link to the real quote unquote Ferrari of the electric world.
Oh,
Lucid looked like a car if I'm going to a business meeting. More in line with Mercedes, but I think potentially a good buy. I think it's a good buy. I'm not. The only thing is I foresee bottlenecks in the manufacturing. So if you're looking at fundamentals, it may not be a good choice.
so you're still talking about the semiconductors or what?
Not just that, but like the materials needed to make batteries. That's just in short supply, point blank
So tell
period.
us about this company. Is Remac? That's the name. Is this a publicly traded company?
I'm not sure if it's publicly traded, but just being a car guy, I know that this is more in line with the Ferrari style theme. You see the hypercars,
And
you know what I mean?
this is electric company, electric
Yes,
vehicles.
sir. Yes, sir. So they make electric hypercars, and they're known to be the fastest electric cars in the world. I think I can't remember who makes them. I can't remember if they're Chinese or I feel like they're in this part of the world though.
So this video's attempting to play.
He's attempting to play. Probably too long,
Yes,
right?
it's because they don't have Amazon Web Services over there. That's what it is. They need
Uh
AWS. Yo, AWS, their new CEO, he was up there talking about Amazon Web Services, and he kind of like, uh, it was like, you know, they asked him about media, buying media for Amazon, right?
mhm.
And like content, and he's like, we'll get content, but that's not our main concern. And they're like, but what about your? And he says, did you know that our main competitors, Netflix, Apple, and Disney, they all use Amazon Web Services? I was like, damn, he dropped the mic right there.
Mm.
So all his competitors, they still need him. So no matter how good they do, he's still profiting like, well, not him, but Amazon is still profiting on the hard work of these other companies because they have what the other companies can't afford to produce or don't know how to produce. But Amazon Web Services is amazing. This video
Mm.
is really slow. I apologize to everybody watching. I'm not sure why it's loading so slow. It might be my hotel internet. I'll blame it on that. My computer is also from like it's been through a lot. Matt knows this. We took it to Australia. We used it for movies. We used it for to watch TV. We used it. This computer did it all.
Nah, you
So
put it through its paces, but
yeah,
yeah, a guy
it
like
it
you
been
need a nice computer.
yeah. So I mean, they're they're doing what every other car company does. They're showing the pictures. So is this like an everyday person car, or is this like
So that's my point. That this is more in line with a Ferrari than a Lucid. I feel like Lucid could be an everyday car. I see the four
okay,
doors on a Lucid, and it's more luxurious. But I can see it being an everyday car more than this.
yeah.
But that was exactly my point.
But I mean I appreciate the link. I think it's a I'm on board with it. This is another picture of it.
Yeah, sexy.
What I don't see is price. Uh, what are have you heard anything about particular
Nah,
prices or anything like that?
nah, man. We in the modern era.
For the
Prices.
car enthusiast out there, this one has 1.914 horsepower. The torque is 2.36, acceleration 1.97
Mm,
seconds, 9.3. So it has a top speed of 412 kilometers per hour, which doesn't sound like a lot, but that's a lot when you put it into miles. And then battery capacity 120. Although I remember in Japan, I'd be doing 180 and like I thought I was being, a bad guy. And then like you think about it, and it's like really 85 miles per hour, 80 miles per hour.
that's fast over here, though. Yeah.
It is, but I mean, that's crazy. It does feel fast. Now 45 feels like regular, especially in Okinawa where it's so small. Um,
Mm,
but yeah, so appreciate this share. I mean, I don't think they're public yet, but I think I could see people getting excited about that company if they did decide to go public. Um, I could see there being some fascination there from the retail, So you could also, I didn't do it, but if you're a viewer and you liked that company, you could go back and go see if you can invest in them. Some of these companies allow you to invest in them before they go public. You can invest in them in the private market and probably get a discount. Because if you watch Shark Tank, it kind of works like that. Like they have their first funding round and they'll be worth, $1 million. They'll have their second funding round. And the people that pay at that time, they pay at a higher valuation and it may be $60 million at that time. So obviously the people that invested when it was in the $1 million range, they just 6,000x their money. So that's something else you could look into doing.
mm.
Matt, I know you got work to do, Matt. Any last thoughts for the people?
No, I think those are some great topics. We always hear about Tesla, but the time is coming where you want to start looking at Tesla's competitors. And then competitors always make a comeback. Remember that, like Microsoft was king of the hill, and then Apple snuck in, and whoever is next in line will be coming for Amazon. So it always happens. Market share always seems to shift.
Yeah, they were actually having this conversation this morning with Shannon and Skip, and because Tom Brady made a comment and he said that very soon he's not going to be talked about or even remembered. And Shannon Sharp started going into different players that used to play or even played as recently as a few years ago that we don't even talk about anymore. And they were like huge at the time. We couldn't stop talking about them, but
Michael Vick.
we barely even speak about them. Michael
Mm,
Vick was in that. I just watched Atlanta again. I, I totally forgot that. He raced Michael Vick outside the club. You remember? Outside the strip club.
That's crazy. Yeah.
But yeah, so we go live every single day. We try to put on the best for you guys. Matt, he didn't show his face today because he's like out there hurting, he's struggling. They're working him. I think Major Suz out there working him. But but as always, invest in us and press that like button. Invest in yourself and smash that subscribe button. It costs you nothing. Until next time.
Peace.
Matt.